Hi, Andrew here, and today, to bring you yet more of Flatzoid's dishonesty.
What?
Yes, I know, it's super easy, barely an inconvenience. It'll come as no surprise that is to do with the sunrise at Margate.
Okay, let's go.
Now, I'm working on quite a lengthy video at the moment, which details what I believe are 13 different directions that he declared the sunrise was occurring in. But today I will just focus on the one that he chose to make a video about, and this is the one that will be known as the 122-degree observation.
Well done.
Now, for some background, on December the 19th, I made this community post. It was about a day after Flatzoid first arrived at his holiday destination, and I'd managed to work out where he was staying and took a bit of a guess at where the sun was going to rise the next morning. And I found out that I've actually probably got it just a tiny little bit wrong, but at the time I wasn't really quite sure where he was standing on his rooftop courtyard. So there are two parts to the prediction. One is visually where the sun will appear in relation to the buildings around him, and the second one is what is the measured azimuth.
You are wrong! All of you are wrong!
The direction of the sunrise. And down here, hard to read in the kind of blurry writing, but I've got here, the star is about where the sun will rise. So I wasn't quite exactly sure where it would be, but it's pretty close. At 118 degrees true or 146 magnetic. We won't worry about the magnetic too much, but 118 degrees true. So one prediction, the sun was going to be around about here from where he was standing there, and that it was going to be at 118 degrees.
That is why you fail.
Now, Flatzoid did make observations for those two types of predictions. Over here on the right, we have his prediction, his observation of visually where the sun rose. Ignore those numbers there on the top.
Whoa!
Just this is showing the alignment of the sun with the surrounding buildings. And the other observation he made was using his phone compass to find the direction of the sunrise. And this is the one that I'm going to focus on first. Now, I've already pointed out in a community post about a week ago that the phone was probably not, in fact, definitely not pointing directly at the sun, despite his assertions that it was. And I'm going to go through that again. Now, there's a couple of problems in determining that is, firstly, he didn't ever get the phone and the sun in the same frame of his camera. Makes it very difficult to do a basic check of whether it was facing the right direction. And the second thing, which we'll see in a moment, is during this footage here where he shows the compass and then lifts up his camera to see the sun, he wobbles a little bit to the right, but when he gets up to the sun, he actually gets back probably correctly aligned over the top of the compass. And now we'll just go and watch that footage for a moment.
That's what the globe claims, guys. That's what the globe claims the sun should be. Let me show you where it is.
122, 23? Oh, yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And there's the sun.
Okay, so this is after he's finally lifted his phone up to see the sun. And it's probably pretty much well aligned with the compass that's down below on the stool. And even he agrees that this is probably pretty well aligned as well. And he asserts that the sun and the right side of this pot down here are aligned with the phone down below, and it all goes through this satellite dish here. So I'm just going to draw a line here showing that alignment. So his phone should be down here at the bottom of the yellow line, pointing directly at the sun.
Are you blind? Are you blind?
But we're about to see that it is not doing that at all. So as he lifted his camera up, there was this one moment where the compass and the pot were all in the one shot, and this has been really helpful in determining that it wasn't actually pointing at the sun correctly. So he, from that previous shot, the line from the sun should be coming down here, aligned with the pot and the satellite dish and out to the sun. But you can see pretty clearly right from the start here that the phone is not pointing up that yellow line.
Okay, where do I start? Okay, Andrew Johnson. First of all, that yellow line that you're showing there,
is linking up to yeah, let me put this bigger because you seem to not understand how the compasses work. You see this white line here? That is what's pointing, and you lined it up perfectly with what I said. Let's turn the phone. You see that white line is what's moving. That's what gives its direction. That line is what the direction is that it's pointing. And that line you put was perfect to the yellow line you are showing through the pots that you said is not showing.
And I'm going to show you which way it is pointing. And first of all, I'm looking at the right side of the phone. We can see a couple of white sections there where you can just see the side of the phone. I'm going to line them up. Now, if you watch down the bottom here as I line this line up, that's too far to the left, that's too far to the right, that's probably around about in the middle. I'll do the same on the left side. A little bit harder to find on the left side. We've got some just little different shades of grey there, not 50, just 2. And we'll do the same thing. Too far to the left, too far to the right. That looks like somewhere around about the middle.
Okay, Andrew, I'm going to say one word to you that this might be difficult to you to understand, but it's called parallax. Pitch and the angle, how I'm holding the camera, notice, from a distance, will change how the angles look on the cell phone you are trying to draw out. Notice that yellow line you drew is matching up from the line I showed earlier, how the compass line works. So that line is fetching right to the right of that plant pot. Now you're trying to, like you said, actually blindly align the cell phone itself is not only dishonest, but it's also probably based on ignorance because you don't understand parallax. This is shown also when I do things like this.
I'm gonna make it wide.
Okay, there we go. Look where the sun's position is.
Ooh,
Look at
that is pretty
towards
though.
this.
Ooh,
Look how it changes towards everything else.
Look at that. That's what sun looks like.
It's called
That's a
parallax.
golden sun, my friend. Yes, it
Golden
is.
sun, yeah.
Quite good.
Not
There
that
we go,
white,
guys. So it's
whatever the hell that was.
It's about 4 to 5 degrees off of what the globe claims.
Yep.
45.
Because that's where the globe claims, around about there.
Mm-hmm.
I got
It's
you.
rising.
Oh,
That's where the globe
4
claims,
to 5.
It's rising.
Right. Do you know, I thought you
See
said
where this
45
carport is?
I
See
thought
where
you
this
said...
carport is? Just about on the right, between the carport and that mall, is 180
Right.
degrees southeast.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's where the sun is. And that's what
Beautiful.
I've been observing for the last, every time we've been...
Okay, now pay attention again, how it changes with this corner, the pot plant, and these satellite dishes, okay? The sun's position changes on where I walk because of parallax.
up here trying to observe the sunrise. And again,
What's going on? Now, this is to the right of it. You see, Andrew Johnson, parallax is a thing, and that's why you don't understand what's going on.
Between the side of the pot there and this beam that supports the glass of the balcony, it's about a third of the way along there. Okay, so back on this shot, we will put that black line across here between there and there, and the blue line, which from that last shot is around about a third of the way across and going directly upwards, so probably like that, pretty roughly.
Okay, let's point to another timestamp, 8 minutes and 4 seconds in the FTV light up special that Andrew's trying to use. Watch, this is the first time I was showing on that stream where the sun's position is and everything. As you can see, it shows 118 degrees southeast. Look where that lines up to, Andrew.
okay, guys,
Yes,
there's
like
the
that.
one. That's where the globe predicts the sun should rise.
Oh no. Look where it's showing the pot plant. Let's just go touch back. Look again. Look where it's showing the pot plant.
That's where the globe predicts the sun should rise.
Oh no. That's 118 degrees, Andrew.
Not really? Okay.
What now?
Let's show you where it actually is.
119, 120, 122. That's why I said between 23 and 22.
Well, make sure it's not on a
Because
metal
the sun was
table
busy
or
coming out.
chair, Flats.
Hey,
There we go.
that's about 5 degrees off.
Whoop. Oh no,
That's where
Andrew.
it is. So far.
So I want to point out again, Andrew, you don't understand what parallax is. Remember where I'm standing here, I'm standing directly behind the phone as well. Where I was there, I was more to the right of the phone. And that's why the parallax was off for you. Also notice that the 118 shows towards where the roof, or I would say in car park, it's not a car park because it's on the roof port, would be 118 degrees as you predicted.
So as we can see, the phone is not pointing here through the pot, through the satellite dish to the sun, but it is pointing here through somewhere along this little short sidewall and missing the sun by a little bit.
Crash, great.
Brightly shine, crafted signs of the divine. I'm made for something true. In God's plan, my path renews. Flat earth made by Him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by His gentle sway.